Welcome to the Fashion Algorithm. This deep dive into how online shopping is changing is brought to you by Cloutfit.ai. Now, Cloutfit.ai really gets the power of influencer content. They actually connect those creator outfits directly to your product inventory, making all that great content instantly shoppable. And that's not just, good for engagement. It really drives more sales and higher order value right from where customers are getting inspired. So to learn how they can turn your creator partnerships into direct commerce, you should visit clotfit.ai. Okay, so today we're kind of digging into a question I think many of us have wondered about. How did just scrolling through fashion photos and lifestyle posts, how did that turn into this huge multi-billion-dollar industry? One that's really changing how you discover and buy things. Our mission for this deep dive is to get under the hood of what people now call creator commerce, and we're specifically looking at the story of one company that really pioneered it, LTK.
That's right. Yeah, we've looked at a bunch of articles, research papers, company reports, the materials you provided to really trace how LTK went from, well, a pretty simple idea to this massive global platform. I mean, facilitating billions in retail sales.
Billions, yeah. It's a scale that's honestly surprising until you really dig into the numbers. So we're going to unpack exactly how this whole ecosystem works, the tech behind it, and yeah, some truly eye-opening facts about the economic impact it's having. So let's start right at the beginning. Where did this whole idea, turning social influence into measurable commerce, where did it come from?
Well, it really started with the creator herself, actually, back in 2011, Amber Ventzbox. She was building her influence on social media, sharing outfits, lifestyle stuff.
Right.
But she kind of hit a wall. Like, how do you actually make money from that? Likes are great, but they don't exactly pay the bills.
Yeah, true.
She needed a way to connect that visual inspiration, like a great dress she featured, or maybe a cool lamp directly to a purchase button.
Okay. So she was basically trying to solve her own problem first, figuring out how to bridge that gap between, hey, look at this great outfit, and click here and you can buy it.
Exactly. And she realized pretty quickly it wasn't just her problem. Other creators were facing the same thing. But the solution wasn't just, building a tool. It was also about educating everybody involved.
Educating? How so?
Well, she had to show other creators how to think about their influence as, like, a real business asset. And maybe even more importantly, she had to convince retailers that this new thing called social influence could actually drive sales. Real sales, not just vague brand awareness.
That must have been a challenge back then. And the timing for this idea, the sources suggest it was pretty incredible.
Oh, the timing was kind of perfect. The company, which was originally called Reward Style, launched in 2011. And think about what else was just kicking off then. Instagram had only launched in 2010, Pinterest in 2009.
Right, those visual platforms.
Exactly. These highly visual discovery-based platforms were just exploding.
Yeah.
So it created this ideal environment for creators to showcase products really naturally, within their content. LTK, or Reward Style then, was positioning itself right at the ground floor of social commerce.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's interesting looking at the name changes, too. From Reward Style, then to T2, TONO.ed, and now just LTK. It almost feels like each name change mirrored how they were evolving, right? From maybe a more behind-the-scenes tool to something consumers recognized, and now this unified platform name.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reward Style was probably more focused on the back end, the affiliate tracking, how creators got rewarded. Like T2NO.ed, that became this sort of public face. It literally told consumers, like this photo, to know where to get the stuff in it.
Simple enough.
And LTK now just kind of brings it all together. That represents the whole ecosystem, creators, brands, shoppers. But yeah, you're right. The core idea, that bridge, has always been the same. Making that leap from seeing something cool on social media to actually buying as smooth as possible.
Okay, so they nailed the problem, landed at the right time.
Yeah.
How does this bridge, the LTK platform itself, how does it actually work? What's the ecosystem look like? And, how does the money flow?
So at its core, it's basically a three-sided marketplace. You've got the creators making the content.
Yeah.
You've got the brands and retailers who have the products.
Right.
And then you have the consumers, the shoppers who want to buy things based on what the creators recommend. LTK sits right in the middle, providing all the tech and the framework to connect them all up efficiently.
And for the creators, the main thing is generating those shoppable links, yeah.
That's the key practical step, yes. Creators use LTK's tools, apps, browser extensions, whatever, to make unique links for the specific products they feature, whether that's in a blog post, an Instagram caption, a TikTok description, YouTube, wherever.
And those links are how everything gets tracked.
Exactly. Those links are the magic ingredient for tracking the sales back to the creator.
Now, the sources mentioned it's not just like anyone can sign up. Creators actually have to apply.
Correct. Yeah, there's a selection process involved. LTK looks for creators who produce original content, have a genuinely engaged audience, and really focus on recommending products authentically.
So quality control,
Yeah.
essentially.
Kind of, yeah. It's
Yeah.
about ensuring a certain level of quality and, trust. Once they're accepted, creators get access to this whole suite of tools, desktop apps, mobile apps, browser stuff, that really makes it simpler to turn their inspiration into shoppable posts.
Got it. So they create the links, share them, and the money comes from commissions. They earn a cut when someone clicks their link and buys something.
That's the main way creators earn on the platform, yes. They get a commission on the sales that come directly from clicks on their specific LTK links.
Now, what seems really interesting from the source material is just how sophisticated the tracking and the analytics are. It's not just counting sales, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, a really big differentiator for LTK. The data they give creators goes deep. They can see incredibly detailed breakdowns, like day by day, month by month, of how shoppers are behaving, which specific products are selling, which blog posts or videos are driving the most clicks, even how long shoppers spend on the retailer's page after clicking.
Wow, even things like regional patterns.
Yeah, even regional purchase patterns sometimes. This
Mhm.
isn't just like a report card. It's actionable data. It helps creators truly understand what resonates with their audience so they can tweak their strategy, focus on what works, and ultimately drive more sales.
That level of insight must be absolutely game-changing for a creator trying to make this a real career.
Oh, completely. The sources share some really powerful examples. Creators whose LTK earnings grew so much they matched or even beat their old full-time job salaries.
Yeah.
It allowed them to go all in, become professional content creators.
That's amazing. And flipping it around, what about the value for the brands? Why use LTK instead of just, say, paying an influencer directly for a post or running their own social ads?
Yeah, good question. For brands, the big advantage is the conversion rate. Because the tracking is so solid, and the traffic coming from an LTK creator tends to be really highly qualified. I mean, these are people who trust the creator's taste and are already interested. Brands consistently see much stronger conversion rates through LTK compared to other, less direct forms of social marketing.
So it's influence that you can actually measure in terms of purchases.
Exactly. They can see the direct line from influence to purchase, and they can measure it precisely.
And that ability to measure and convert, that must be a huge part of why the platform has scaled so massively. Let's get into those numbers because honestly, they are pretty eye-popping.
They really are staggering. LTK is now facilitating almost $5 billion in annual retail sales across the whole platform.
5 billion.
Almost. In 2023 alone, the figure was $4.1 billion.
$4.1 billion in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Facilitated by creators recommending products. That's just...
Yeah.
And a big chunk of that goes back to the creators themselves, right?
Yes, absolutely. Since they started back in 2011, LTK has paid out $2.7 billion in commissions directly to creators.
$2.7 billion, that's not just, pocket money. That's a serious amount of wealth flowing into the creator economy. And the sources had this one stat that really drove home the economic opportunity.
Ah, the millionaire statistic, yeah. LTK reports they've helped create nearly 1,100 millionaires within their ecosystem, and that includes both creators and brand partners who've built businesses leveraging the platform.
Since the company started.
And get the,
Yeah.
in 2023 alone, 240 people in that ecosystem hit millionaire status.
240 in 1 year. Wow, that stat really hits different, doesn't it? It makes it clear this isn't just about influencing what people buy. It's enabling creators and partners to build substantial businesses and real wealth around content.
Absolutely.
And this isn't just happening in the US, right? This is global.
Oh, yeah, totally global. They have operations set up in over 160 countries. They have creators actually based in 150 different countries. And their team is over 800 people spread across 11 countries.
It's a huge operation. And the network itself, the numbers are just fast. What was it, 300,000 creators?
Yep, 300,000 creators, around 8,000 integrated retailers, access to link products from over a million brands, and they reach over 40 million shoppers every single month.
That's a seriously complex and thriving ecosystem to manage.
It really is. And it takes a lot of effort, I imagine, to keep that scale running smoothly while also keeping the creator community feeling, supported and engaged.
Which probably leads us to things like LTK Con. The sources highlighted that as a key piece of their strategy. What exactly is that? What goes on there?
So LTK Con is their big annual conference, but it's specifically for their top performing creators. It actually started really small back in 2012 with maybe just 60 creators attending.
Oh, tiny beginnings here.
Yeah. And now it's grown to over 360 attendees. But here's the key. It's invitation only.
Ah, okay. Based on performance metrics like sales.
Exactly. It's highly exclusive. The whole idea is to bring together their most successful creators, foster that sense of community, provide them with really advanced education, networking opportunities, and crucially, direct access to major brands. It really reinforces that performance-driven culture that's so central to LTK.
I can see how that exclusivity would be a huge motivator for creators trying to level up on the platform. Okay, shifting gears a bit to their market strategy. Who is LTK really trying to reach? Who's the core audience?
Their main focus is definitely on female consumers, specifically women interested in things like beauty, fashion, and home decor.
Makes sense given the visual nature.
Right. And their reach within that demographic is actually quite significant. The sources said they reach something like 38% of all adult Gen Z and Millennial women in the U.S.
38%. That's nearly 4 out of 10 women in those key age groups. That's a massive market share to influence.
It really is. And their content strategy seems to lean heavily on lifestyle creators, people who integrate products into their daily lives in a really authentic way. The focus is on showing the fit, function, and value of items.
So less like a staged ad, more like a trusted recommendation.
Exactly. Which builds that trust with the audience much more effectively, you'd think.
And they've also expanded what they offer to brands now, haven't they? It's not just about providing links anymore. Things like LTK Campaigns.
Yeah, LTK Campaigns is their more comprehensive full-service offering for brands. It lets brands tap into LTK's massive historical data set, all that data from the past 13-plus years.
Right, all those billions in sales tracked.
Exactly. They use that data to build really optimized campaigns.
Huh.
So it includes expert guidance, helping brands select the right creators based on past performance for similar campaigns, detailed analytics throughout, so much more managed service.
And they're making a pretty bold move, trying to position creator marketing right alongside traditional advertising channels with something called the LTK Creator Upfronts.
Yes, this is a really interesting strategic play. It schedules for May 13th, 2025 in New York City. And it's designed to directly mirror the traditional TV network upfronts.
Where advertisers commit big budgets for the upcoming season.
Precisely. LTK is basically going to the market and saying, look, creator marketing, powered by our platform and our data, is a mature, measurable, and essential channel. You should be dedicating significant advertising investment here, just like you do with TV or digital.
That definitely signals confidence in their model and its effectiveness. And underpinning all this scale, measurement, strategy, it's increasingly about technology, isn't it? Especially AI.
Technology is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
For their continued growth, their efficiency, everything. And a really key innovation they're pushing is using AI for matching brands and creators.
Okay, tell me about that. LTK Match.AI. How does that work? How does it use all that data they've collected?
So LTK Match.AI basically crunches that huge data set. We're talking over a decade of data on successful collaborations, unsuccessful ones, performance metrics for different product types, audience demographics, everything.
Okay.
And it uses AI to intelligently recommend the best creator partners for a specific brand's campaign goals. It tries to take the guesswork out of finding the right influencer fit.
So it predicts who's most likely to succeed based on past results.
Essentially, yes. It predicts which creator-brand pairings have the highest probability of success based on all that historical data. The goal is to improve the ROI for brands and create better, more relevant opportunities for creators, too.
That's applying data science directly to relationship building, basically. And are they also using tech to make the actual shopping experience smoother for consumers?
They are, yeah. They introduced something called Buy Now with LTK Cart.
Okay, what does that do?
It basically allows shoppers to add multiple items from different creators, different brands, directly into a single shopping cart within the LTK app or website. And then they can check out right there.
Ah, so instead of clicking out to maybe 3 or 4 different retailer websites.
Exactly. You avoid that friction. You don't have to leave the LTK environment, navigate multiple sites, enter your details multiple times. It streamlines the whole path from seeing something you like to actually buying it.
That seems purely designed to increase conversion rates, remove those points where people might drop off.
Precisely. Reduce friction, boost conversion. And looking ahead, the sources indicate they're putting a lot of effort into evolving the consumer app experience itself.
Oh, what sort of changes are coming there?
Well, they're apparently redesigning the app with a much stronger emphasis on video, a video-first experience, really, recognizing That's how so many people consume content now.
Makes sense. TikTok, Reels.
Right. It'll also reportedly make it easier for users to discover creators and products based on their location or specific interests. And they're building in more community features too, things like comments and the ability to connect with friends directly within the app.
Interesting. So it sounds like it's evolving beyond just being a tool to find shoppable links, moving more towards being a social, content-rich destination for discovering fashion and lifestyle stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the direction,
Right.
adapting to how users behave now and trying to create a more engaging, maybe stickier experience that keeps shoppers coming back and staying within their ecosystem.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from Amber Vansbox's initial problem back in 2011 all the way to this multi-billion-dollar global platform. We've looked at how it works, the incredible scale, the community aspects, those big strategic plays like the upfronts and the tech like AI and the cart feature.
Hmm.
When you step back, what's the really big picture takeaway from the LTK story?
I think LTK's journey really is the foundational story of creator commerce as like a defined industry. They saw the potential in social influence super early on, and crucially, they figured out how to build a sustainable, measurable ecosystem around it, one that actually works for creators, for brands, and for consumers.
Yeah, they managed to successfully translate that sort of fuzzy qualitative power of social media influence into hard, quantifiable e-commerce results and created this flywheel effect driven by data and community.
Absolutely. And those numbers we talked about, facilitating billions in sales annually, paying out billions in commissions over time, helping create hundreds of millionaires just last year, they really demonstrate the massive economic engine this model can be when it's built on solid tech and smart strategy.
And for you listening, understanding this model is pretty important, isn't it? Because it really shows how the content you consume from creators isn't just, entertainment or inspiration anymore. It's become a direct channel that's actively influencing how and what you buy, especially in fashion and lifestyle. It's fundamentally changing how retailers are trying to reach you.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's completely redefining the path to purchase for a huge number of people.
So thinking about where this all heads next, especially with that increased focus on AI making things even more personalized and the consumer app becoming more of a destination.
Yeah, it does raise a really fascinating question, doesn't it? How will this increasingly direct, increasingly personalized connection between the creators you follow and your actual purchasing decisions continue to evolve? Particularly as AI gets even better at predicting what you'll like and making the buying process almost invisible. I mean, what does the shopping experience look like tomorrow when discovery, inspiration, and immediate purchase are all woven together so seamlessly by creators and the tech behind them?
It definitely makes you think, right? Your next favorite outfit or piece of home decor might just find you, recommended by a creator you trust, before you even knew you were looking for it. And speaking of connecting creators directly to commerce, we really want to thank our sponsor again, CloutFit.ai. They are right there at the forefront, helping brands capitalize on this whole creator commerce wave by making that influencer content directly shoppable right from your own inventory, driving those crucial sales and boosting order values.
Seriously, if you're a brand and you're looking to turn creator influence into actual tangible commerce results, you really should check out what CloutFit.ai is doing. Visit CLOUTFIT.ai to learn more.
That's CloutFit.ai, CLOUTFIT.ai. Well, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the pioneering world of creator commerce, seen through the lens of LTK's journey. If this sparked some thoughts or ideas for you, definitely share it with a friend or a colleague who you think would find it interesting. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the Fashion Algorithm for more insights into all the forces shaping how we shop and experience style today.